Though many people most associate the mythic unicorn, the mythic unicorn, to Lord Valdemar Braconier's failed expedition into the Bloodwood, there is another aspect of the nobleman's death that circulates. Some claim it was not the unicorn nor any environmental disaster that claimed the party, but rather that they were slain by the legendary Wild Huntsman. Revered by many across the world, especially near Vohazy, the Wild Huntsman is much more associated with the midwinter holiday game night, where people are offered gifts to his ghostly and fiendish hunting compatriots in exchange for the gluttony and greed they've exhibited throughout the year. In return, the huntsman looks them over, his infernal rage quelled by the offerings. But those who do not do so are said to suffer horrible fates. Transformed into monsters, shot by holly arrows, or simply never seen again, their bodies and souls are taken as quarry. Those who suspect the huntsman to be Braconier's death believe that the Bloodwood is the huntsman's own territory, that he inhabits most of the year, and that Valdemar was soliciting on a deity's sacred land. Besides, House Braconier's selfishness had run on for generations. Why would he forsake this long-awaited target for simply being out of season? Some even claim that the unicorn isn't anything but a lure, bait to pull those who would give in to their desires and claim the beast for themselves. In these hushed whispers, the unicorn is already dead, and the huntsman patrols his carrion like a wolf, ready to strike the next scavenger who dares approach. I am Alex. You can find me on the internet at Alder_Mancy on Twitter, at Aldermancy most other places, or making games as at Swordghost. I use he, him, and they, them pronouns, and I'm very pleased to welcome you to Ring 3 of the Unicorn Hunt.
And I'm Andre. I am the other GM of this game of Trophy. You can find me at Andre Rivera Art, and I use he, they pronouns. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name's Christian. Fluffy go everywhere. He, him pronouns, and I am playing Archimedes, Astronomer, the 13th. Recently, slightly evolving, weird person, maybe?
Hi everybody, my name is Sloan, aka Artplebe. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me everywhere at Artplebe, and tonight I'm playing Talia, she, her.
Hi, I'm Depth. You can find me at Chaotic Body on all the things, and I go by they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Teddy, the assassin that goes by she, they pronouns.
Hey, I am Serenity. You can find me as Clickety Clack Snack all over the internet. I go by she, any pronouns, and I will be playing Vesla, who goes by any or no pronoun.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I use she, he, and they pronouns, and I am playing Shane, who uses he and they pronouns.
Andre, are you talking?
I'm a fool. I muted myself.
The dramatic pause was so dramatic.
The start.
Last we left off, Cage and the pack just crossed the artery, a river made of blood, and lost their dogs. That turned into hellhounds. That was fun. They were called away by a mysterious horn in the distance. And stumbled across an old rotten tree where an old man was very happy. And then Cage pointed a gun at him, and the old man pulled out a twig and realized he was severely outpowered, outmatched, and invited everyone to dinner. So we're gonna cut ahead a little bit to everyone is inside of this tree, this hollowed out tree. It's very mossy on the exterior. At this point, it is fully nighttime. And the old man has begun a fire and has made a small sort of like almost cauldron that he's made, where he has started boiling some water, starts throwing in roots and leaves and any sort of vegetables he can find, and is doing so in a very jittery manner. It seems very obviously nervous.
I have my sword in my hand. I don't trust this guy. He's too twitchy. Staying to Cage's left flank. I kind of want to lean into him and say, like, what are we doing here?
We're gonna get as much information as we can and get a free meal.
She looks at the words free meal. She kind of like looks at the cauldron and like raises an eyebrow. I mean, I guess, but this guy looks fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I doubt he even has enough brain cells to rub together to give us something that isn't completely imagined.
Some information is better than no information, though. I don't think you could argue with that.
I mean, no, if you say so, but I'm watching him.
I am too. And you see, he's already got his... He still has his pistol cocked. He hasn't, released it yet.
Cool.
The old man is just sort of dancing around as he's, like, going between, like, in a very lithe, bouncy manner, before being very aware that people are now watching him, and, like, kind of crumples in on himself very quickly and just kind of scurries back and forth between, like, his, like, stash and the cauldron, and, like, is having a hard time keeping eye contact with anybody. He tries to start some conversation. Are you a lichen?
Sorry.
He's a human. Obviously. Isn't a lichen that mushroom?
Obviously.
No, that's the... You're thinking of the, like, moss.
Talia, you're
What?
so cute when you're just quiet.
I'm really sorry. I thought when I that no. I meant lycanthrope. Lycanthrope. Not lichen as in like the vegetation that grows on in tundra environments.
I am.
Yeah, Archimedes.
I am.
Do you?
Explains the dog thing. Oh my god.
Wait, it took you.
The dog thing! Ugh.
I'm.
Archimedes, why didn't you say anything before? Ugh.
Because I don't talk to you.
I'm terribly sorry. I hate to interrupt. Did you say dogs?
Yeah. They kind of went like, arr.
I got
That
boiled in
wasn't
the river.
quite what it sounded like.
You. Oh.
They're not here anymore. Obviously.
No. You brought more dogs.
You got a lot of dogs in here? You have dogs?
Not me. No. I think once I did. A long time ago.
Do you have a name, friend?
He, like, looks to the side, kind of scratches his head. Once I did. I am a knight, and, like, grabs the little spear and, like, puts it in the ground and is like,
Knight?
Sure.
Of what?
The unicorn?
Oh, do you know where it is?
I have been conducting some experiments. I've been trying to find the. I have only seen the unicorn in very small chance encounters, and I'm hoping that through these different machinations and lures and experiments that I can perhaps try and find a way to reconnect with it somehow, because it is. Well.
Are you talking about the symbols?
Yes, the symbols. That was one of my lures. I figured, well, the unicorn seems to be very powerful. So I thought that if I invoked the unicorn, it would placate it or something. That it might give it. It might be a form of worship or something. I'm not really sure, but I thought what's the harm? Unless it mistakes it for another one of itself and attacks it, but then it's not me, it's attacking, it's the drawing. So it works out, or unless it knows who I am and knows that it drew that, and it comes for me anyway because I already drew it.
Are you saying it understands the symbols you draw?
I don't know. I'm still learning.
He leans over to Shane and just goes, "This guy's a little crazy."
Are you all looking for the unicorn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you have any information on it, we'd love to know.
Grabs the big sort of like branch-like spear and begins carving in the middle of the room another one of these like images of the unicorn that is pretty rudimentary. It seems fairly unskilled, and something almost not quite to the level of like cave art where it's still pretty descriptive. It's more naive art where it's more like a child's drawing, where it's just a lack of experience as opposed to super simplified or stylized. And you notice that in all of these, the unicorn is has a pretty long tail, 4 legs that are just like single lines that kind of branch off a little bit, that you can assume are hooves, a little scribble for a mane, kind of a jutting horn, and two spirals instead of just like normal dot eyes.
So, you've definitely seen it.
This is what I can recall of it. If perhaps I had more time, or had a way to enclose it, so that way I could continue doing some studies of it, or maybe a lasso? Do I have any? How do you make a lasso?
You need rope. Got any rope out here, old man?
I don't know how to make rope.
Can we like see how long this man has been out here, based on like, cause what are his clothes like? Are his clothes like actual clothes, or are they just like
What's his deal?
weeds? Like, what are we talking about here?
He's pretty woefully undressed. He's basically naked. The only thing he wears is like a leaf cape and a little flower garland that has a twig coming out from the front on like from his forehead.
Oh. And he's just fully
He's just naked.
Just
nothing
freeballing?
else.
He's freeballing.
Wow.
How long have you been out here?
Long enough to lose his pants.
For some people, that's not that long.
You would know, eh?
I don't remember.
Convenient.
I think I used to have a log, but I had to burn it because I ran out of wood during one winter.
Okay, so not like a book or like a tree. Log. Book log, tree log.
It was used for the same purpose.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
You ever hear any horns out here?
Did you hear a horn?
Sure did.
Today?
It's what called the dogs away.
Okay.
After they went, "Arr."
And we'll immediately go and like shutter all of like the openings to the tree. We'll like cover it up with like a curtain made of pelt. We'll go into a secret exit and like cover the top. Makes sure that there is like no like smoke hole openings. Okay.
While he's doing that, I just am going to turn to pretty much everyone and say, I know that this guy seems crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that the horns were bad.
I'd agree with you in that observation.
I mean, I would very rarely doubt that horns in a spooky forest are really good in any situation.
Especially if it could just call whatever those dogs became. I don't want to know what's behind it.
What is a lycanthrope? Can we circle back to that? I'm still confused.
Yeah, Archimedes. What's that?
And like you can tell like Archimedes.
Oh, buddy, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah. I'm cutting out.
Yeah. Just speak more directly into your microphone.
Am I good?
There you go.
Yeah, now you are.
I think Archimedes is just everyone's eyes are on him, which you can tell he hates at this current moment in time. And he's just like, they're people who run in turn into beasts under the wrong circumstances.
Got it. So that's why you look like really jacked right now.
Yes. Like you can tell he hates that everybody's on him. Like he's like his foot's like bopping. And he's like grinding his ankle into the ground, just trying to find a calming mechanism for himself because he doesn't want to reach into his jacket pocket right now.
Are there any sticks in this little hovel, like the one that he pulled out before?
Are you
Can you
asking the GM or are you asking?
I'm asking Dan. Like the one that old man like held out as a gun. Or whatever.
There are just little sticks kind of everywhere. Nothing that's like as big as the one he tried to use as a blade, but definitely like little itty bitty ones.
I just pick one up and I just throw it past Archimedes just to see.
You can. Archimedes definitely just like doesn't move at all. Like he even stops his nervous like his tick. Even stops that, and like the glint of his glasses through the fire is just like staring at you, and you see those golden eyes.
You seem tense. That's all.
Dog thing does make sense now, though.
Yeah.
I agree. It's definitely bad. Horn, for sure. Weird. At least means somebody else is in here. Someone with lips.
Is that the important part, that they have
Well-
lips? Tell me more.
Well,
Someone with lips who can use a horn, so they probably have hands too, and thumbs.
Uh-huh.
you're doing so good. You're doing
Honestly.
great. What else?
I don't need this bullshit. We're stuck in a tree,
It's an acute
and the exits are disappearing as we speak.
Maybe the
So-
lips will save us.
Does
All
someone
right.
need lips?
It's a proper observation.
Fuck! God! Don't sneak up on me like that. I have a sword.
What?
I haven't found a purpose for them yet, but they are very fatty, so we could use them as fire swords?
Lips?
Are.
Where
they're
did you
most-
get lips?
From the wildlife I've scavenged?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the humans aren't the only things that have lips.
Can I?
I understand.
Oh, I have found some humans too.
Can I see?
Oh, really?
something
Yeah, they're all
about-
dead.
Yeah.
Did you kill them?
No.
No? Bummer. Have you killed anyone before? It's pretty fun.
Excuse me?
I don't. I
Can't
can't.
remember that either, huh? Do you
Sometimes the weaker
remember?
ones don't remember.
Do you remember if the not remembering happened before you saw the unicorn? Did it just shake your brain around, or?
I'm very smart. I know that.
We believe you. Can I see this collection you have?
Well, what collection? What do you want?
The lip
You said
collection?
You have lips.
The lip
and-
collection.
No. Why
no,
do you
you
want
don't.
them?
I don't want to take them from you. I just want to see.
What? Why would? I'm making you stew. I'm making you soup right now.
We're all so grateful for the soup. Just by the way.
If I go get the lips, they'll start talking, and then I won't be able to focus on the soup.
Yeah.
What if we talk to the lips for you?
Don't do
Did
that.
that help?
Concentrate.
Don't do that.
Why not?
I've told them too much.
You what?
I've told them too much.
How
Better
They can't
keep
know that.
secrets.
They probably know how to keep their lips shut, so I'm sure they can keep a secret.
Yeah, because they're dead.
Exactly.
So you have nothing to worry about.
Well, you might make them alive again.
I don't
How would
have
we
a
do
habit
that?
of doing that.
You do?
I said I don't have a habit of doing
Oh.
that.
Who's
What if
Anything can happen there.
who's ready to eat? Hmm?
I am.
Okay.
It looks delicious.
Okay, great. We'll
all I can think about are lips?
pour everybody a bowl, hands it over. There's way too much dirt in this. It's got like grass and like roots and like spoiled vegetables, and like it's not great.
How
One-
spoiled are the
Someone who
Pinky.
has lived alone in the forest, I think you could do a little bit better than this. Just putting it out there.
What are you saying?
She's got a. Well, these vegetables are moldy. That's what I was talking about with the lichen.
It's great. Don't get me wrong. You just could do a little bit better. Just there's always room for improvement.
So a lot of dirt.
We'll grab the spear.
Oh no.
I am the unicorn knight.
I'm gonna.
I
you
do right by myself and the unicorn.
Gonna just. As soon as he grabs that spear sword up against it, just like crossing.
Are you allied with the unicorn?
I'm so sorry. What? How's the soup?
Delicious.
Earthy.
Did you want to know about the unicorn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'd prefer it if you put that down.
Well, you put your stick away.
She's gonna like turn it so that it is like at an angle against the spear, and is just gonna slide it up the spear so that a splinter starts and then like curls up off the fine edge of the blade as she drags it up. You first.
Okay, well you're like whittling my spear. Now
Yeah,
it's
you
like
should be
embedded
careful.
into it.
I don't think you're not gonna want to let me get much farther up there. I think it'll be catastrophic for you.
Okay, hold on. We'll just like pull it out from the blade and just set it against the wall. Okay. What? The unicorn. You want the unicorn? What would you, what would you like to know? Because I know about the unicorn. I don't remember a lot, but I know a lot.
You have its eyes drawn cavernous instead of dots. Why?
It has very powerful eyes. It can see very well. It looks like through you.
Is it dangerous to look into its eyes?
I don't remember.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Does it have a sound? Does it make sounds?
Sometimes I hear it in my dreams.
What does it say?
You're doing a really good job. You are a noble knight. And you will die a glorious death.
And when you get these dreams, what do you do? The morning of, what is it that gets you these congratulations?
I wake up happy, and then I go pee in the morning, and then I usually go look for food, scavenge. If I find, like, apples or something, that's a good day. Yeah.
Has it ever rewarded you with tribute? Or do you tribute things to it?
Well, I'll leave little, like, if I find 2 apples, I'll give one to the unicorn.
Does the unicorn ever take them?
Well, they're gone the next day, but I never stay around long enough to witness it.
Where do you give things to the unicorn?
Just in various places across the woods.
So it's all over the place, huh? Doesn't have like a stomping grounds or...
I don't think so. It seems to be pretty everywhere.
Do you know if we catch the unicorn, we could let you study it up close?
Is that what you're trying to do?
Or kill it.
No,
I'm
no.
happy for killing it.
Wait. No. Don't kill it. We can't kill it. No. Well, I
No,
need to.
of course. No, of course.
Why can't we kill it?
Just want to study it, like you.
Yes.
And study things by killing it.
No. I need to study its behaviors. It can't behave if it's dead.
I've made things behave when they're dead.
If you help us catch it, we'll let you take a good look at it. Get all the little measurements you need. Or whatever.
No, I would. He wouldn't want that. Would it? No,
All
they're
creatures
trying.
wish to be understood.
This guy's fucking crazy.
Go with it.
Say that
Or
again.
A genius.
No. They're trying to take it from you.
No. Why would we do that?
People come into the woods to try and take the unicorn. That's what they always do. That's what they used to do in the stories. And now I see living people, and I'm supposed to believe that you're here to do what I'm doing? No. Only I've thought of this.
We, admittedly, we got the idea from you. You're the inspiration, obviously.
From me?
The great Knight of the Unicorn, obviously.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't seek your knowledge.
Do they? Okay. What do they say about me?
That your eccentric research methods are
I
known
do not appreciate that term.
from one
That
academic
no
to
one.
another. I understand what it means to think outside the box. In the pursuit of stars, I turned into one that worships them.
Oh, because you're... I see. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Do you need some herbs or something?
I have them.
You have some. Are they working?
Not at the moment.
I guess more wouldn't help.
Maybe.
You can't
Yeah,
have
no.
mine.
I don't want yours.
Okay.
I do want your knowledge about these woods and about the unicorn.
What are you looking for from the unicorn? You looking to hunt to kill it?
Just answers.
Well, I do know the unicorn has a very powerful horn. I almost died. And then it saw me and brought me back to life.
And it bring people back from the dead?
Well, I wasn't dead. Well,
Well,
I might
you're a
have
great
been.
researcher. I thought you might know.
Right on the lips.
Well, I might have.
Like a horseshoe toss. Right onto the
I love that carnival game. So just like
What? Have you died?
Me?
Anybody?
I don't.
it
plan
depends
to.
what you mean by like death. Because if you mean in like the spiritual sense, like completely like get rid of your whole persona of who you once were and were like reborn into a new person, no.
Many times.
Serenity.
Mm-hmm.
You say that to the unicorn knight, and you have a flashback to your first life.
Uh-oh.
The feelings!
Uh-oh.
You
Uh-oh.
rung the bell.
Oh no, I ran
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I got the lips on the unicorn horn!
Does anyone ask if they're all human lips?
I think only some of them are.
Like math lips?
Math.
Oh no!
So, Vesla, you're going by your first name at this point. Your original name. And you are in the middle of the town square in Dyson. And there is a guillotine. A town crier is ringing a bell, announcing to everyone that there will be a public hearing and afterwards an execution following. You are very well aware of who this person is that's going to die. How are you feeling in this moment?
Terrified, heartbroken. At this point, Heidi would just be looking around to everyone in the town and just trying to catch a glimpse of any eyes matching hers that may want to just try to help her. She's just frantically searching. But I assume there are none that are connecting back, at least not longer than a moment.
Mm-hmm. Everyone else also knows who is who is going to be summarily put to death today. And both recognize your presence and also avert their eyes from you. soon enough, the head of the town steps up and announces, "Good people of Dyson, today we witness the punishment and the righteous actions taken in defense of our brave, beautiful town. It is one of you here who knows who killed Julia Kinderman. After much investigation, our investigators have discovered and will summarily capture the wolf amongst our flock. The murderer of Julia Kinderman is Heidi Kinderman. Very quickly, the townspeople look to you in disgust and shame, and some of them begin restraining you. What do you do?
At this point, I think that Heidi would just, at first, be like just manhandled, like grabbed without any restraints, but noticing what's happened after the name Heidi, Julie, murderer clicking, she begins to pull and tug and scream. I didn't kill my sister. I loved her. She's all I had. Why? Why would I do that?
You were the one found next to her body.
In my home.
In your home.
I had been at work. Jonathan! And she just looks to some random patron who goes to the bookstore she worked at. Goes, Jonathan, you saw me at the bookstore, please. You must know that I couldn't have done anything before I got home. Please.
It begins to rain. Just a drizzle at first, and then begins to intensify a little bit. You are brought onto this stage, which didn't exist before today. You are placed before the crowd, and the city official states, Heidi Kinderman, for the murder of your sister, Julie Kinderman, you are sentenced to die here in the noble town of Dyson. Speak now any last words or prayers you may have.
She just looks up to the sky, the rain hitting her face. The harder the rain, it's covering her tears, her pain, almost like just whips hitting her cheeks. And she just shakes her head and goes, my jewel, I will find out who did this. I won't die today. And just looks to everyone and then down.
You are brought forward, your head resting in the stockade. And there is a sudden crash of lightning. Everyone is immediately spooked. The mayor looks to you. The city official looks to you as if you had done this, as if you incited this. And then there's another rumble that is heard. You feel it in your knees as you're knelt. It doesn't stop. That isn't lightning. You see rooftops shaking. You hear the cracking of the stone walkways that connect this city. As a giant fault cracks open and the earth itself seems to be extending its jaws. People are screaming. People are running. Some people fall in, lose their balance. The stand on which you were placed begins to collapse. And as the city official orders your head removed, the fault opens, the blade falls, and everything falls. And you fall into the darkness. You realize you've had your eyes closed while remembering this story. And you open them again, and you're back in the temple, in this rotted tree. You've died.
There's just one tear that has just started to roll. Yeah. I have.
Like, died.
What does dying mean to you?
It means a lot. It's usually permanent.
I guess I'm not as lucky.
We could look into that if you want.
I don't need your help.
Suit yourself.
So, okay. I can hear your clicky clacks.
So sorry. Hold on.
Relax.
And it's not a snack.
Okay. Alright. So... Where do we go from here?
What you... Wait. You want the horn? The unicorn hasn't died yet. Or... I've never seen it die.
Good to know.
What else do you want from it? You want to kill it? You want to capture it? You want it... Who wants the horn?
That would be me.
Well, I know the horn can do really, really powerful magics. I know that. I know that. I don't remember what, but I know that. Are you? Oh, you're looking. You want to cure lycanthropy. I once tried to cure lycanthropy once. It didn't super work out. What do they call you another name? They're like, beast.
Cure,
Beast.
beast bitten. Cure.
Beast bitten. I was gonna say beast brethren. That wasn't right. Beast bitten. Yeah. I think I knew someone who was a lycanthrope. Archimedes. We flash back to very, very not long after your brush with lycanthropy. You're returning back to Fort Astronema, and you've been struggling with this new condition that you've acquired. You feel haggard, you feel out of body, you feel very unlike yourself. And unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot of water along the mountaintops where your family lives. So you haven't really been able to see yourself either. But you know something feels different, feels weird. You notice that you feel taller, you're itchy all over.
I think since that day.
Can you speak a little into the microphone?
I think since that day, he's just been like he's been looking at his symptoms and then looking through books, trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and just trying to connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to not let that last option be that last option of the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
The obvious.
All of the books that Cage lent you have been more about weaknesses that lycanthropes seem to have. Nothing really about anything that could help relieve or lessen the symptoms of lycanthropy. It seems fairly, very much villainized in the texts that he gave you.
Mm-hmm.
So there hasn't been a lot of success with that. You finally, as you're climbing up the mountains, with a lot more ease than you're used to climbing these mountains, you see Fort Astronema, the castle turned mega archive that your parents own. And its military history has never been forgotten, but has very much been repurposed for the understanding of science and knowledge. So where there was once a single, like, watchtower, the top of the bastion has been transformed into an observatory.
Mm-hmm.
The door is locked, and there doesn't seem to be very many people. Usually the Astronema household isn't, like, overly populated, but it's also, there's a few people, like, there's, like, attendants to the house and butlers and things that get paid.
Right.
No one seems to be here.
You said it's locked though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just knocks on the door a few times, like just with more strength than I think he intends. He just like knocks on the door hard to see if he can get anyone's attention.
You can see through the cracks in the door. The lights go out.
Hello? Hello?
Everybody's inside. is quiet. You can hear little murmurs now that are saying, "What is that? What is it doing here? What does it want?"
It's me, Archimedes. You hear me?
That is
Oh.
not my baby boy.
Mom? Mother, are you in there? He's knocking on the door again. Boom.
On the sixth slam, you break open the door. People are screaming. Some people run upstairs. Some people will go down to the cellars. But your parents stay in place. They're frozen in shock as they look at you.
I think he just slowly, like, he looks at them, and he looks at the door, and he looks at his hand, and he's, I'm cured. You don't have to worry anymore. I'm fine. And he starts to approach them.
Your dad kind of braces your mom in a protective stance, and he just looks you over and says, Cage said you had changed, but dear God, I didn't think it was this bad.
Bad? What are you talking about? I'm fine, Father. I'm okay.
No, we are getting you a doctor.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. I'm okay.
Stop.
Look at me.
Stop yelling in my household. Perhaps I didn't see it before. If you were to act this brutishly, perhaps you're not worthy of being the successor to my name.
Father, please. I'll see whoever you need me to see. Just please. And he just keeps trying to approach.
Leave the house. Stay outside.
Mom. Please.
Your mom is kind of retracted, arms in, still completely at a loss for words.
You just have to wait outside, right?
Yes. Wait outside.
Yes, Father. And, like, he tries his best not to step on the door, because he knows how old and how precious it is. He doesn't want to ruin anything of the astronomer name.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he just tries to step over it as best he can, as awkwardly as he does. And he just keeps looking at his parents and just sees an emotion he's never seen before in either of them. Near.
Could you say that again?
Is there a reflective surface around?
You can look in the window now.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
You look in one of the smaller windows that's connected to a different room, and you look inside, and you can hear pots and pans falling over as people run out as you look in. And you see your face. And you you're part wolf. You have a long muzzle. Your glasses look horrendously tiny on your face. You realize you've never been able to look out this window because it was nearly 8 feet high. And now you have to duck to look into it.
And he just like panics. He like backs up into like glass or pots and pans or a cabinet. And he's just like he just can't look away from himself. And then he snaps back to his mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
Help me, please. Don't abandon me.
Your mom looks like she's like very torn and is like her hands are like loosening and like almost reaching towards you. And your dad says, "Out."
Archimedes leaves faster this time, panicked, and he hits the other door and probably cracks it
Mm-hmm.
with his slumbering size.
You're brought back to the present as you're readjusting in your seat and you hear a similar kind of cracking sound in the makeshift bench that you're sitting on. And you're back in the temple.
And I think that at this point he actually does go reach for a vial because his hands are starting to shake.
Mm.
And he goes to reach for a vial and pop it and just place it to his nose. And just take slow. There you go. That's the word. Slow and long inhales.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to like suppress that abandonment and the rage that it makes him feel. And the sadness it makes him feel.
The unicorn knight like kind of looks at you and he's like, "Okay. Well, the horn is said to cure many things. I don't know if that's true. It saved me from something. But that's a lead.
It's better than nothing.
Right. Yes. Cage is smiling at you saying that. Okay. Well, okay. You want unicorn dead. You want the horn. You want it alive. Do you want... What else do you want? Do you want it... Well...
We just want to be able to find it. That's all.
You don't want anything else that's, like, specific?
I think you've got everything down pretty much.
Have you seen the blood?
Says-
The blood of the unicorn?
Yeah. It does bleed. You wouldn't think it bleeds, but it bleeds.
Everything bleeds.
Rocks don't bleed.
Everything alive.
Well, trees don't super bleed.
They kind of bleed.
Kind of bleed.
I wouldn't... You've seen its blood, then. Even though you don't want to kill it.
No. I have. I don't want to kill it. I would kill anything that tries to kill it. Well, I would.
I believe you.
What,
This thing bleed a lot?
not really. Sometimes it's more in season than other times.
And what season does it normally bleed in?
I want to say autumn?
Great. I would be interested in seeing that.
Do rivers bleed? I know.
One
Did
does.
you see the blood? Did you see the blood river?
It's not blood.
Hmm.
It's not blood. I tasted it.
That's
But we found something that was like
Was it like gold?
supposed. Yeah.
I take out the vial of fluid from the river that I have in my chest pocket. It's just water now. This seemed to be blood.
This took me a minute too. See, it only is able to turn into water when you bottle it or encapsulate it. That's how I've been able to survive. It took me a long time to figure that out, so I was almost gonna die, and then I found that out, and then I lived.
Managed to have a thermos.
What
We
is
did
that?
find something that was supposed to be like. Someone said something about unicorn blood, right? The shit that I found on the ground.
Was it?
Right.
It's the gold, kind of sticky.
Yeah, the sticky stuff.
Yeah. Yes, that's.
I'll take out the the rag that has the unicorn blood on it, and also don't touch it. There's a lot of snail stuff on here. It'll make you tingly.
Oh, you saw those.
Oh yeah, we saw them up close and personal.
Can I keep this?
No, absolutely not. I take it back.
Why'd you ask? Why did you ask? Okay.
That is a misstep, yeah.
We need this. It might help us get closer to it.
Unicorn blood is something I've been wanting to try for a long time. Now, I've been wanting to collect it, but that does conflict with my want to not hurt it. So I haven't been able to do that yet.
Oh, well.
Wait, if you're not the cause of it bleeding, then why is it bleeding?
Yeah, what is it about autumn that makes it bleed? There's just like thorny plant season, or
Just when it bleeds, I don't know. Kind of leaks.
Leaks.
Do the leaves change color in autumn? Do they become maybe not red but gold? Is that a part of it?
Oh, in the Bloodwood? Well, usually... Well, it's very interesting that you asked that. Because, see, these trees are... These are just naturally red toned leaves. They don't start green. They just are red all the time. And then when autumn comes around, they tend to just turn like brown or like super dark purples or things like that. So it's just, it doesn't seem to ever start in that green state.
So are you saying that maybe the unicorn might be giving up its blood to keep the forest going?
Because there's no chlorophyll.
Plausibly.
then why would it happen in autumn?
Because that's when trees start to die.
You're very smart.
But then
Thank you.
why wouldn't it give blood in spring? I feel like that's when they need it, right? 'Cause they're
If they
coming
have
back
enough
alive.
blood to sustain themselves. And depending on whatever is in that unicorn blood, it shouldn't be an issue.
I would really like to see this blood.
Oh, yeah.
That statement is verbatim the same line you said at your hearing with the Earthen Council. Come again?
I would really like to see this blood.
It does not matter whether you see the blood or not. It is quite distinctly dragon's blood.
Sure. I've told a lie or two. I would really like to be able to verify what you're saying.
Another council person, who's very much more like aloof, is kind of looking over her fingers and saying, "Why would we do that? Clear that you have some sort of conflict with Cyrus. How can we trust you to be alone in the archives? In our laboratories?"
I don't need you to trust me. I do need you to trust that I know what I'm doing, that I'm better at this than
You're
most.
saying to trust you and to not trust you? Shane Aryun, have you lost your way? The Earthen Council is built on trust. And now you deceive us openly?
You deceive yourselves every day within these walls. You have had no problem letting me do things my way in the past. Now Cyrus is here, bringing things in and making these statements, and you just trust.
Cyrus has done wonders for us. What was the last thing that you did that was wondrous?
If you keep me leashed, I can't do what I'm supposed to do. I can't thrive like this.
We already have Cyrus at the end of his own leash. Do you think you are entitled to be even further than him? Believe me, we want to know as much as you do, and we want to accumulate as much power as we can, but there is a process, you understand, Shane?
I understand it. I understand your process. I understand your rules, and it is limiting. And Cyrus, if he's brought you anything at all, he is limited by this process.
Our process has gotten us here. If you are not up to the task of maintaining this process, perhaps you should not be on the Earthen Council anymore.
You're fucking joking.
Do I look like someone who jokes?
All right. When Cyrus fails at progressing this council, who else would be there but me?
You forget yourself. Do you think you're the only blood magic user?
I think I'm the best.
There
I
are
think you know
thousands.
that.
Do you think you are so unique amongst everyone else?
Would you like me to demonstrate?
We already saw such demonstrations when we discovered your own personal laboratory against our codes, where you were conducting your own personal experiments unsafely and against our conduct.
Against your conduct for this council.
This is
Everything that-
very dangerous. It's the last thing we want is to be discovered.
I haven't been discovered by anyone who matters.
Your experiment threatens for us to be discovered.
Fine, so what then? Say it, don't be a coward.
Very well. Shane Arjun, you are hereby revoked of your title from the Earthen Council.
For now.
For the indefinite future.
And Shane coolly, hands behind his back, walks slowly around the circumference of the room towards the exit and walks past Cyrus as close as he can. I've a vial for you, Cyrus.
Oh, with the vials you were collecting? I'm certain. Thanks for the tour.
I'll see you soon.
Sure.
And I walk out.
Flashback to the present. Well, all I know is that I haven't found a lot of it yet. But I've tried a couple things. First of all, I tried tasting it. Didn't taste very good.
Are you fucking with us?
I was gonna do that, except it was covered in snail shit.
What? Am I fucking with you?
That is what I said.
In regards to what?
Never mind.
Have I? Why'd you do that? You upset them. Why would you? Okay. Does anyone want this thing?
Why are you so concerned with what we want it for?
Why are you here? I mean, we've
said why we're here.
But it doesn't add
I'm
up.
confused. Why not?
You want to kill it and get its resources, but you also want to capture it.
Yeah.
You want to know if it dies. You want to know why it bleeds in autumn. Cage kind of leans forward and is like, "Look, old man. Do you know how to kill this thing? I'm certain that at least three of us are trying to kill it." If you don't know, that's okay. Well, I haven't killed it. I would never kill it. Are you saying I would kill it? No.
You have attempted?
Maybe. I think I have.
Hmm.
But I would never.
Would feel nice, right?
I killed a bird today. There's a little
Impressive.
bit. A little bit of meat. I caught it. Yeah, it was very quick. Teddy.
Oh no.
Give me a moment as I realign. Whoop whoop whoop. Ah. You mentioned killing.
Mm-hmm.
We cut back to your first ever mercenary job. This was before you met Cage. So this was maybe when you were like 16, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And obviously you lied on the sheets and said you were 18.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the middle of the night. And how did you kill this this other party member of yours?
It was pretty clumsy. I was trying to be as quiet as I could, sneaking into their tent. And I stand there for a moment trying to think of what would be the quickest and most efficient way. I don't have the strength to suffocate him. Shooting him would be too loud. So I unstrapped my dagger from my thigh and kneeled beside him and slit his throat. Put all my strength into it, make sure that the esophagus is cut so that he can't scream, and that the arteries are also cut so that he bleeds out quickly.
It's done fairly quickly. And before you, you see the first person you have killed yourself. Directly. There have been accidents. Very intentional accidents, but this is the first time you've done this with your own hands, in a way. There is a little bit of murmuring outside of the tent that you're hiding in, or that you had just killed this other party member in. And one of the other crew people asks, "Hey, anybody seen that the Teddy fella?" Mm-mm. I haven't seen her in a minute. Wasn't she supposed to take over for watch tonight? I thought so. Should I go look for her? Couldn't I just try and find him? And you see a bright orange spot grow bigger and bigger as the torches come closer and closer towards your tent.
Kind of caught up in the moment of watching him bleed out. I kind of exhale, kind of feeling my heart pumping in my chest from excitement as I firmly adjust my grip on my dagger and stand beside the entrance to the tent, kind of with my dagger ready.
Hmm. Now which way did that son bitch go? Oh,
The bird? Sorry, you're still in the memory, aren't you?
yeah, we are.
I'm sorry.
Then Talia appears. No.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you know what? Let me go ask. I'm pretty sure. Was Teddy sleeping with, what's her name? Beatrice? She in her tent? I don't know. Let's take a look. Rounds the corner. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to wake you two up. Teddy, it's time for you to take watch.
Oh, coming. Sorry, time got away from me. I'll be out in a minute.
All right. It smells kind of funky in there. Everything okay?
Yeah, I spilled some food and it just got a little bit soiled.
Smells a little putrid. You might wanna ask the boss for some fresher rations.
That sounds like an excellent idea. Thank you.
All right, Teddy. You're doing great. All right, see you in a sec. Turns around. Now you're alone with Beatrice's body.
I kind of crash down, give it a little like pat on the ankle, like feel like a little good job, and leave the tent, making sure that it's like shut behind me. Before probably moving on to the next person.
You go over to the cliffside where the older gentleman who you were just talking to is waiting.
Mhm.
And he says, "Oh, there you are. Yeah, James already went to bed. So, it's just me. I'm gonna stay up for another 2 hours, I think. I could probably last that long."
I could use the company.
He's already sitting on the edge. And he's looking out into the sky. Come on, sit with me.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah, I think I will. I've been meaning to ask you something though.
What's up? What's got you rattled?
I overheard this rumor. Now, I'm not one to really indulge in them. But apparently you guys were getting paid more than I was for this job.
I wouldn't know nothing about that.
No?
Well, pay's not something I'm in control of. I just get paid when I get paid.
I guess you're no use to me then. And I push him.
And you feel a vacancy next to you. And several seconds later, far, far down the ravine, you hear a very muffled crack. Which happens as the knight is cracking what seems to be like a cinnamon stick, and is like kind of like gnawing on it.
Oh, like an actual cinnamon stick. I thought we were talking about like a ho-ho situation or something like that. I was like, I'm confused as to how.
Not quite,
Not like that.
Can I ask you something, Andre?
Mm-hmm.
Are the people experiencing these flashbacks, are they really like just going quiet and noticeably distant to the rest of the people in this tree?
I think that's up to everybody. How responsive they
I
are.
was also wondering that, like, how long they were quiet for. If it was just like a solid 5 minutes of absolute silence from someone, or if it was like just a second. I feel like, Vesla said that he was crying, and I feel like we got some distant looks. So maybe it's like something's up, but
Mm.
I guess it depends.
Penny
on
would probably be smiling the entire time.
my God.
Yeah, I imagine it as just like a couple beats too long, like when Andre was trying to talk at the beginning of the session, but we couldn't hear him. It's
Mhm.
just a little too long.
Just a little too long.
Yeah.
It's a little too long.
It bleeds. So I assume if it loses enough, well, I don't know, because it's the unicorn. The unicorn is forever. The unicorn is all powerful.
Forever. I mean, like, not like forever, ever.
The unicorn can see forever.
Like, distance-wise?
It, I don't. I mean, I know. I know a lot. I know a lot about the unicorn.
If stars can die, so can unicorns.
I mean, they're not the same.
Stars
So-
are just big balls of gas. Unicorns are much more than that.
I assume the unicorn can die. For the fact that the forest which it bleeds for, hypothetically, is trying to stop us. There's no reason to stop us if the unicorn could die.
Well, dead or alive, not super important. It's worth about as much either way.
It might be worth more alive, to be honest.
I don't know, I kind of feel like it could be worth more dead, because I feel like if you're trying to take its body apart, then it would be sort of like you kind of skip along one part, you do the dirty work for the person, maybe they're willing to pay a little bit more because they don't have to kill it. Some people don't like to get their hands dirty.
What if the horn regrows? What if the blood comes back? A researcher or a heavy magic man would pay much more than you would expect for something to regenerate.
Well, I don't know. But I'm sure they'd pay just as much, if maybe like a little bit off the top. But like, when the difference you're talking about is still like minuscule compared to the large amount just in general. Like, it's such a negligible difference. I don't really mind.
You're very money hungry, aren't you?
Only for what I need.
How much do you need? A whole unicorn's worth?
Probably not that much. But the rest of it will get used.
Talia?
Yes.
It's the magic words.
The question of how much do you need? Not a super uncommon phrase in your youth.
Mm-hmm.
When you were still living on the streets.
Yeah.
When you were, I don't know, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
You and some of the other lost kids are scrounging for whatever you can, and one of the boys just goes over to you and asks, "How much do you need?" I got
As much as you. Well, yeah. Like, what do you have?
well, let me see. I got 5 copper, and I found a whole silver today.
That's it.
What, the silver?
What, have you been up since sunrise, and that's all?
Come here. And she like kind of like grabs him by the back of the collar and like pulls him and kind of gives him a shake
Hey!
to see if she
and
could hear any clinking in the rest of his pockets.
he's definitely clanking.
And she like pulls him in close. Says, "I told you you can't lie to me."
Empty your pockets.
Fine. Digs deep. Pulls out like another like equivalent of like 3 silver in copper.
That is much more impressive.
And she just kind of like swipes the 4 silvers worth and leaves him with the copper pieces. And then kind of like holds him up, does the like classic like bite the thing to see if it's real. This is nice stuff. Where'd you go to get this, huh?
That was all I saved.
Well, you see, kid, I'm much older than you. I've been here for a long time. And you'll learn that saving's good, but spending's better. Because it gets you stuff like this.
And she kind of like does like a backhanded twirl with this rusty old crowbar that's like it's pretty hefty. And just gesticulates with it, and it has like crusted blood stains on it. And when you got stuff like this, you don't gotta worry about saving as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Talia. Can you let go of me?
She'll let go.
Runs away like sniffly.
She'll give him a silver back. Keep the silver. That's impressive. You earned it. Don't let anybody else see it, though.
I'll be back tomorrow. And runs away.
Hey, good work, kid.
It's not bad yourself. You see behind you a man with square jaw, alligator skin stubble, long brown ponytail, and adventurer's clothes. Has a fedora with a single feather in it, just like what looks like a crow's feather.
Oh boy. He looks pretty put together, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Should try to scram. He's gonna try and move fast out of there.
As you try and duck down an alley, there's 2 more men waiting in the alley.
I swing for one of their kneecaps to try and like get them down so I can vault over.
You knock one of their knees, like immediately bends and goes, "Ah, motherfucker, this kid."
I grab his shirt collar and like yank myself up while also yanking him down so that I can land on his back and frog jump off his shoulder brace.
You start running down some of your back ends and alleys, and pretty soon there are some other crew people who seem to be all working together. And leave you with only one exit. There's like 8 different exits, and 7 of them are blocked off.
Oh god.
And down the 8th is the same man with the mustache. Walks out. It's pretty valiant, gotta admit. But you forgot something. It's better if you work together.
I wouldn't be clapping, old man. The show's not finished yet.
She's gonna run towards him and try her very, very best to do like a what's it called? Parkour, like jump between the corners of the wall and like the exit and try and hook the crowbar edge over the corner and like use it to help pull herself up if she can. She'll kick him in the face if she can. Oh yeah, she'll use his face as the other part of the parkour. Or try to.
Alex, I would love some of your beautiful GM brain. Do you think this would require a roll?
I think, and this is before I think Talia engaged in, the potential for ruin, in the doomed Bloodwood. So I don't think that would even require a roll. I just think
whatever you think is more fun and spicy.
I just think the narrative satisfaction of this moment is down to, do you think Talia would be capable of this? And I'm pretty satisfied with the image of it, so.
I mean, she can like get up to the top with a crowbar and he can drag her back down, or she can put her boot in his face and have him like grab her ankle and swing her upside down like a little baby.
In the spirit of devil's bargains, in terms of the thematic elements of the game that we're playing, what if we say, offering as a bargain, Talia does hurt Cage in this moment, does accomplish this, but gets significantly hurt in response? Like, he breaks her ankle or something.
Ooh, shit. Does that sound like something he'd do, Andre?
Does it sound like something he'd do?
It's
maybe not break.
I can work around this similar situation. I don't think he'd be breaking kids' ankles. He's not that.
Maybe not. Throw it down a little bit. Yeah.
I can work around it.
All right, take it away.
Talia, you do some cool parkour shit. You're 9, you can do it. 9-year-olds can do anything. As every 9-year-old has ever said, ever.
And I have a crowbar.
And you have a crowbar. You kick off the wall, you manage your other foot into the cranny between his neck and his, like, clavicle. As you just kind of manage to, like, accidentally choke him out. And you jump, and you use your crowbar to hook onto the top, and you're, like, trying to climb, and you're not very strong yet, so your arms are kind of wibbling as you're trying to use all your upper body strength. But very quickly, you feel a hand around your ankle, and
I'm real sorry, mister. I thought you were someone else. My mistake. I promise I'll never do it again. Don't hurt me. I don't know where my parents are. And she starts like fake
the guy who you kicked in the knee of, like, hobbles over and is like, "Boss, you better fucking kill this kid." And Cage says, "Shut up, Snipes."
Snipes. And while she's fake crying, she just like flicks this guy off with one little hand and then goes right back to just sobbing. Don't let him hurt me, please. I'm just a poor little orphan. I was looking for food in the back alley, and she just
Stop your sob story, kid. You're a lot smarter than that, and you know it. Kind of gently drops her to the ground.
Ow! Fuck!
Most kids don't know that word, do they?
Yeah, well, I'm not like most kids.
No, you're not.
Where's my crowbar?
Oh, you mean
Who
the
are
one you
you?
left up there?
Who are you?
You're looking to get money, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're in luck. We're hiring. And we recruit as young as... How old are you?
9?
We start recruiting at 9.
Awesome. Wait, what kind of recruiting? I tried dishwashing once and I don't like it. It turns my fingers pruny.
If you're good at what you do, which you seem to be, you won't be doing much dishwashing. We got Howie for that.
Cool.
If you agree to work for me, I'll get you your crowbar. That's a win-win for you.
What kind of work?
You know, odd jobs, little rough housing.
I can do rough housing.
I thought you could. We got a deal?
You didn't tell me what your name was yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My name's Cage. Gorius Cage.
I'm Talia.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know my last name.
That's not that important.
She tries to get the crowbar.
Cage just pulls out his pistol and shoots it. And it, like, knocks it enough to, like, swing off and falls back down to the ground.
Whoa.
Pretty cool.
Not as cool as this.
And she just does a little twirl.
Oh, you're gonna fit
But it is-
right in.
Pretty cool, I guess.
Are we staying here?
You cut back to the present as Cage asks you, "Are we staying here?"
That guy fucking smells. I feel like we could find another place that wasn't so close to crazy, but also he does have a tree with a door, so there's that for safety. He seemed pretty concerned by the horns and the dogs, so if you think that we should listen to his concern, maybe.
I have a
can do-
question.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a question. It's not the unicorn making that noise that called the dogs away.
Hmm?
Oh, what if it's like a horn, but it's
Oh,
horn.
no. The unicorn horn. What's a well? What the horn?
Doesn't
Did
make
the-
any sound.
Did the unicorn call away those dogs, or was it something else in these woods?
The unicorn has a horn. But what about? No, you can't go outside.
Why not?
It's the huntsman. You can't go outside.
Who is the huntsman?
Most of you are at least familiar with the concept of the holiday of game night. Vesla and Talia, maybe Archimedes, have know a decent amount about game night and the Wild Huntsman.
Word.
Well,
for my sake,
yes.
who's the huntsman?
The Wild
right-
Huntsman
yeah.
is a spirit of vengeance, of sin, of retribution, who is said to be some sort of cursed soul, who comes around every winter to come to make sure that people pay for what they've done over the course of the year, in a very like Krampus sort of way, like an anti-Santa Claus basically. And there have been stories about the huntsman leaving cursed dogs on people's doorsteps, or turning people into like beast people, not dissimilar to what Archimedes has at the moment, of their houses rotting away in the course of days. And but these all seem to be fairly like fanciful. You've heard stories about people who have like super suffered after a game night, but nothing to like the mythic levels that are like widespread.
Awesome.
But
Thank you.
he's described as like big buff guy with a helmet and horns coming off of it, with a cloak and riding a horse that's like kind of phantom like.
Well, sun's going down.
I felt like
I
I've
feel
been
like-
sitting here for days.
You want to keep hunting while it's dark outside?
I just want to look for somewhere else that we can just kind of stay at. I don't know that this guy's gonna be of much worth to us. We're in a
He's
prison.
told us essentially nothing.
His condition has told us everything.
He also hasn't died, and he's been out here longer than we have, at least. That's a good sign.
The cost of, you know.
A madman goes mad for reasons, and those reasons are out there.
I guess we could stay here as long as somebody's up to watch him while everybody sleeps.
I will.
I'm gonna go look for tracks while there's still light outside. And Peter's gonna try and leave the little, like, tree area.
I think I'll join you, Gage says as he gets up. And the Unicorn Knight is like, no, don't go outside, don't. And you two just leave. He can't stop you. Yeah, and we're gonna switch over to Alex.
Oh.
I was actually going to ask if we could take a break really fast.
Yeah, totally. We can take a break.
Okay.
Let's take a break. We'll be back in like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
See you in a bit.
Pew! Pew, 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 pew.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back, and thank you for the raid, Grim.
Thanks for the raid.
Raid!
Hope Vivian's doing okay. Not Cage. Cage doesn't care about Vivian.
Ooh.
We just left off with Teddy and Cage leaving the Unicorn Knight's little hollowed out tree temple thingy. And are outside. It's fully nighttime. The moon is out. It's a little foggy too, and it's like, and it's spotty clouds, you know. So the moonlight kind of fades in and out. All right.
I'm gonna look for tracks of the unicorn. See if it's been around this little cuckoo lad.
Baby.
You want to do a hunt roll for me?
I would love to do a hunt roll.
Let's hunt.
Let's double check how to do a hunt roll, maybe.
Yes.
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 Well, when you make a hunt roll, here we go. When you press ever deeper in pursuit of a specific and immediate goal, say how you are exploring your environment, then gather your dice. So you are searching for tracks. You've said how you're exploring your environment. If you want to ask a more specific question, or maybe provide a reason that you like the kind of tracks you're looking for, gives a little more detail, you just get a light-sided dice for exploring. If you have a skill or a piece of equipment you're using that would make your hunt easier, then you can take an additional light die.
Yeah. Well, can I use more than one skill, or is it just like one skill that I can only use?
You can only apply an additional one light die to this roll. So 2 is the max that you can roll.
Alright. Well, I would like to apply my vigilance skill to kind of be more attentive to my surroundings and look out for tracks.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Alright, cool. And it's just 2 light die.
Yeah, you're going to roll 2 light die.
And I'm hoping, like, I want to find unicorn tracks. Is there anything that can go wrong? Can I do that with a hunt roll, or am I using it at the wrong point?
A hunt roll, you don't roll any dark dice, but there are absolutely things that could go wrong here. But you don't need to add any dark dice now.
Okay, I don't accept any devil's pockets or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's a 5 and a 3.
So you are going to gain 1 token, but you will encounter something terrible. So, Teddy, as you step out, looking in the grime and the muck that surrounds the temple for tracks of the unicorn, I'd say you probably have to get down pretty close to the ground here. Again, it's dark, there isn't a lot of light, maybe a bit of moonlight, and leaving behind your fellow treasure hunters to talk inside, the noise of their voices fade away with the way that the Unicorn Knight has blocked off many of the exits. So there's a strange sense of stillness for a moment as you lean down, pushing rocks, twigs aside, maybe stepping a little bit further away to look around the edges of some of the trees to see if there are any markings or things like that. Now, I don't think you find I don't think you find what you would consider to be a trail or an active track, but you do find hoofprints. Just a few of them. Interestingly, these aren't just on the ground, but it's almost like there's one that's been sort of stamped or stomped into the base of a tree. Almost like a sort of scarred into it. You can lean down and look at that and pull off a piece of bark here where this print is pretty clear. That is going to be your token. But as you pull that off, that quiet, that sense of stillness, you realize was just the Bloodwood taking a breath. And as it breathes out again, you hear far off in the distance, and Andre, if you'll indulge me, the sound of baying hounds. And I would love for you to give me a ruin roll.
Oh no. That's just one dark die?
Yes.
That's a 3.
A 3. All right, with this ruin roll, is this equal to or higher than your current ruin?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was if it was lower than your ruin.
No, it has to be. I believe it is higher than your current ruin. Let me see. Make a ruin roll by rolling one dark die. If you rolled higher than your current ruin, no. Your soul is not warped further by the Bloodwood.
Interesting.
Far in the distance, you hear those baying noises. They almost trail off into this strange, throaty, smoky chuckle. And it's hard to tell if that's just the way that the forest is echoing those noises here in the darkness, or if there's some other creature that's speaking over or after, or if the, I would say, throats of whatever is making these noises are not entirely lupine in nature. But they sound like they're getting closer.
Hey, did you hear that?
The dogs?
Yeah.
You don't think those are our dogs, do you?
Well, I have a feeling if every hunting party has lost their dogs to this forest, it's a lot of dogs, so there's a chance, but who knows? But I found some tracks, so Unicorn's been here
What?
semi-recently.
What is
They
it?
look pretty fresh.
We'll like offer his hand to like take it.
Well, she'll hand it over.
Is this like branded?
Pretty strong legs.
Hmm. All right. Well, I don't think we should be straying too far at this late at night, considering all the boogeymen that this old geezer's been wailing about. So
They only give. They're only as scary as much as power you give them. So.
I mean,
But we are in a big spooky forest.
you're pretty scary.
I am, thank you.
I have a question for Teddy.
Yes.
Do you think that you, having seen what came out of the artery in the river, do you think you could kill one of those dogs by yourself?
Probably.
How many do you think you could kill?
Probably 2 or 3.
All right. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay. They have an ego. But Greenie is getting very fussy, so we should probably bunker down for the night.
Oh yeah,
At least we know where we're going in the morning, so.
that's your little rat? Chipmunk?
What's Coda?
Mascota. Damn, I knew that. Still bewilders me that you managed to catch one of those damn things.
Well, it's not so much I caught him. He was just very injured when I found him, and so I nurtured him back to health, and then I kept him because he was very cute. And he sprays poison out of his tail, so that was very handy.
In your line of work? Yeah. Maybe this isn't the most opportune time to be asking this. Nah, I'll save it for later.
You really gonna keep secrets from me, Cage?
It's not a secret if I tell you later.
But I'm impatient. And I would really love to know now.
Alright. How much would you be willing to trade? Or how much would you want in exchange, rather, for Greenie? And
What you offering?
well, I'm not lacking in coin. You know that as well as I do. And I have some friends who have openings that, should you be willing to trade, Greenie, you'd be basically their first pick.
I'll think about it. We'll see how we go with this unicorn.
Fair enough. Alright. Well, let's get back before the old coot goes buck wild or something. I don't know. He needs to get some damn pants.
He does. Yeah, it's just swinging. It's very distracting.
Just out there. I'm so afraid he's
And
gonna...
like how much he like bounces around and like is.
It's too much.
It's too much. And that's coming from me. Like, look at me.
Yeah, you're...
And
you
I'm
got
saying
so
it's too much.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway, alright. I head back. In the meantime, what's everybody else doing inside the temple?
If it's all right, I would like to try to talk to this knight for a moment.
Sure.
So sorry, I'm sorry if I yelled at you earlier. I remembered something, and it got to me. Does that ever happen to you?
I think that's why I don't remember anymore.
I would have to wonder, if you could remember, maybe it would help.
What do you want me to remember?
And as soon as he says that, I want to just grab him by the shoulders and give him just like the littlest shove. And I want to cast my ritual rewind and throw him into the past. I want him to go to the last time he saw the unicorn. And when he comes back, I want him to tell me what the fuck he saw.
Okay. All right. I see your game. I see.
Holy
you.
shit. Power move.
You push the Unicorn Knight back in time to the last time he saw the unicorn, which was when he was dying, I will remind you. He is beyond bloodied. He's like gored, basically. Like holes where there should not be holes in a body. Like you can see straight through him, basically. And he is writhing in pain, and he's crying out, and you've shoved him back to this moment. And you are sort of like seeing this from both his perspective and from a cinematic perspective.
Okay.
And he is beyond delirious. You figure he's been here a few days, maybe. There's some flies. You can hear some crows overhead. And you can smell it. And he's calling out for help, for anyone, for the huntsman, the unicorn, names he doesn't remember, names that don't even seem to penetrate the memory. And then there is an almost you could have sworn there was nothing here just a few seconds ago. And then almost like headlights, you can sense two beaming, beady little orbs like stars flashing forward in a sort of almost hypnotic trance, how they shimmer. The light is so strong from these two orbs, you can't quite make out the form. And the unicorn is it doesn't seem as though it's walking. Almost as though it glides and then hobbles and then glides again and then approaches the dying old man, and he is overjoyed but also deeply in pain and says, I saw you again. I did it. I got it. And tries to like reach out, and his arm falls limp before he can do it, and he passes out. And the unicorn is like looking down, and another light sort of appears from above, sort of making a triangle shape with the 3 dots, and then lowers its head and then looks to you. And you snap out of it.
Can I get a ruin roll from Shane, please?
Yes.
That'll be 1 dark die.
It is a 6.
Shane, what is your current ruin?
4.
Your ruin increases by 1, and you take a condition as you complete this ritual, and your vision pulls back. And if you are amenable to this, I think, Shane, with your current fixation, that as you pull back from this ritual, you feel liquid trickling down your face. Reach up and touch with your hand, and you see that your nose has begun to bleed. And as you pull your hand away, your blood is gold. From this point on, whenever you bleed, your blood is gold.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The old man's like
No.
passed out.
I still say it.
Sure.
And I walk.
Wait, did he fall? Like, did he like fall?
Like he like fell and like just like in experiencing that moment so deeply, just like passed out.
Mhm.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just asked him when the
Oh,
last time he saw the unicorn was.
And he fell, and there's something golden on your hand.
Oh, yeah.
You're not that dumb. You noticed it.
I reached into my pocket. There was that gold, glittery dust I found on the dirt earlier, and I pulled some of that out. It says, I found this in the woods. I just got some of it on me. It's no big deal.
I'm going to go check the man. His vitals to make sure he's alive.
The old man is conscious, doesn't seem to be any concussions, heart is beating, is shivering, but nothing that seems to be like anything like brain damage or a heart attack or anything like that. Just passed out.
Does Shane's blood still smell like blood?
It smells almost sweet.
Incredibly appetizing.
I was gonna make a funny joke, but never mind.
I think just at the you'll hear, because you can't really control it as much as you used to. You'll hear him go.
Easy. Down, boy.
You smell different now.
Maybe you're just different now.
I've been different for a long time.
We don't need to point out each other's differences. Okay, we're all on the same team. Right?
Is that what Cage told you?
Well, we're all here together. Trying to get the unicorn.
Together
Obviously.
doesn't mean working together. Together but separate. Sounds more like it.
We're trying to find the same thing. We're not gonna find the unicorn, each of us by ourselves. Why else are we all here at the same time?
Money. Answers. Just because I'm next to you doesn't mean I want to work with you. And I directly am looking at Shay.
Yeah, but you can't get what you want without people's work. So, unless you think you could walk into the woods and find this thing by your lonesome.
No,
Yes, I found some tracks. Oh, did I interrupt
shit, is he
something
dead?
here?
No,
He's not dead. He passed out. Shane
He's
started asking him
fine.
about the unicorn, and
touched him, and then he fell.
Nice. Good job. Yeah, pretty recent. Probably should head in that direction in the morning.
noted.
Nice. Good job.
So. Well, anyway.
I have a question. Talia, do you get a glimpse of Shane's blood?
I mean, I feel like probably, yeah. Unless it's dark in here. I think that gold is a fairly obvious thing.
Then, with the condition that you took previously, what do you think that Shane is hiding from you that is valuable?
Oh, shit. What was the condition that I took previously?
An obsession with shiny things?
Was that mine? I thought that was someone
Was
else's.
that yours? Or was that someone else's?
I thought it was Talia's.
That was me.
Oh, it was
Oh.
Shane! Oh, my bad.
I thought it was Talia's. That was my
No.
bad.
He has
No
now
worries.
he has
I
gold
think
blood, and he's like, my precious.
No, because I remember you saying an obsession with shiny, sharp things, and in my head I was like, if this bitch tries to take my sword, we're gonna have problems.
Fabulous. Well then, so you are not currently obsessed with shiny things, but I think with a glimpse of gold and maybe Talia's interest in valuable things, I still want you to answer that question. Do you think Shane is hiding something valuable from you?
Can I just act in character? Because I was eventually going to address this.
Absolutely
Yeah. Do
do
you
that.
bleed gold?
No.
Including gold?
Did you stick that shit in your nose? She's just like right up in Shane's space, like looking up the nostrils.
All right.
You
Alright.
absolute what it
I touched this powdery shit I found in the woods, and then I touched my face. That's all.
Oh,
There's
were you picking your nose with that hand? Because it is way up there. I looked. I can see it.
All right.
I-
All right.
What are you keeping up there?
Hey.
Cavity search.
Nothing.
All right. We
You're
don't
a
need to
little-
You don't need to be looking up people's noses, Talia.
There's gold coming out of someone's nostrils. I feel like I'm valid in being interested in what's inside
We've
that.
all got gold in our nostrils, don't we?
What does that mean?
Oh God.
Got him
Cage.
What?
Wait, are you trying to be poetic? that
No,
was not.
it's a joke.
You're very bad at jokes.
Look, hold on. First of all, Talia, we'll work on you getting more, I don't know, better at interrogating.
I'm very good at interrogating.
You're good at beating people up.
Yeah.
Not exactly the same thing.
I can give you some pointers. I know just the right spots to hit to make someone talk.
Shane, what the hell's going on?
Nothing's going on, Cage. I asked this guy because he's given us nothing. I asked him to tell us when the last time he fucking saw the unicorn was, and he passed out.
Well, did you
But-
see anything?
I saw something. It was barely anything. Basically, he passed out and almost died, and saw a bright white light and came back. For all I know, it's fucking nothing.
And you weren't going to share that?
I'm sorry. Do I have an obligation to share every thought I have with you?
No, because most of them would be useless.
You do have an obligation to report to me any significant leads.
Well, it didn't seem very significant.
I think I should
Seems
determine
like-
what significant means.
Well, Cage, he passed out. He almost died, and there was a white light. I still don't know where the unicorn was in this story that could be another delusion.
All right. Well, unless anyone's wanting to bring that soup for the road, I don't see a point in staying here for the night. We should just get a move on, try and get this done ASAP. Meet up with the other
Finally.
people we left back there.
Can I see if there's anything, since the man's passed out anyway, anything valuable in the house that we should take with us?
Sure. You're looking around.
Alert, crazy man's harm?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. He'll
Mm.
replace it with like a stick. He won't even know it's gone. I'll just put something else there. It's fine.
You want to give me a risk roll?
Yeah.
Sure.
All
My
right.
man's
Bargains?
I-
the memory of
Uh,
a fish.
Well, first, I would love for you to tell us what you think what you hope will happen, what you hope you will find, what's the best thing that could happen, and then you're going to ask us collectively what you think could go wrong as you search this place.
You got it. So what I'm thinking, the best case scenario would be finding something that aligns to us finding the unicorn. So like a treasure, ultimately something that would help us on our journey so we don't die. But also something that could be just insanely just useful or full of knowledge. What is the worst thing that could happen?
You find the lip collection,
Oh no! What if it,
And-
what if the lip
and-
collection's too
and it's lip mimics. Limix.
I hate mimics.
And
How
they
dare
try
you?
to stretch and strangle you? I don't know.
Sloan, shut the fuck up.
You want to know what the worst could happen?
That is the worst.
All right. Would anyone like to offer Vesla a devil's bargain? And do you have any skills that are relevant?
I'm looking.
And just to remind us all, devil's bargains include things such as their character causing collateral damage or unintended harm, the character getting lost or separated from their companions, sacrificing an important item, betraying a companion, attracting unwanted attention, or causing harm to other people. Devil's bargains do not just have to affect the current character.
And it's like for something, it's for a light die, yeah? You trip and make the soup pour onto Talia.
You fucking stumble and bump into Teddy's back, and you hit the little key that turns that keeps her fucking going, and it knocks it out, and she dies instantly. How about
I'll take
that?
both.
What if you find like a really meticulously detailed map or something that this guy has, and you can tell that this is how he stays alive, and if you take it, he'll probably be fucked. Like after we leave, he'll be like
Oh,
done.
I'll
Question.
take
I don't
that if
know.
you guys are good.
Question. Would I be able to assist with my skill in what's it called?
Yeah, absolutely.
Symbols as an astrologer, just like
Ooh, that sounds pretty neat. Yeah. So then, so far we have one light die for filling something onto Talia, another light die for if you do, you will find something that represents this man's life's work and take it from him. So that's 2 light die. If Archimedes wants to help, that will also be a you will roll a You will roll a light die, Archimedes, and say how you are potentially exposing yourself to danger in doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But I am also going to add a dark colored die because of the lip collection. So that'll be.
That's fair. And I do have my skills that could work are artifacts and myths.
Both would apply. So let's give.
I feel like.
That's a
So
lot of light
sorry.
die. Yeah.
No. I was just going to say that the one that I said, where it's like you get a map, the Devil's Bargain has to persist even if you don't succeed. So like even if you didn't get the thing, I guess we would just say somehow he gets fucked over, like real fucked over.
I'm gonna say if you take the Devil's Bargain, you do find this map no matter what.
Oh, I'm taking it then.
Yeah.
Sorry, guy.
Yeah.
Kill that bitch.
That doesn't necessarily mean that it is inherently accurate or anything like that, but you will find an item that represents his life's work.
Neat either way. It's info.
Okay.
I'll take it.
That is a lot of light die. Archimedes, do you still want to help? Or do you think?
I think, because how many light die is that? That's several.
3.
Like 3, yeah. You don't really have to unless
I
you
don't really
want
have.
to.
I don't really have to. No, thinking about it, not really.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
3
Save
light
yourself.
die and 1 dark die for me, Vesla.
Damn.
Okay. So my highest light die was a 4. I got a 3, 3, and a 4. And my highest dark die was a 3.
Okay. So with a 4, you do not take any ruin, and your character succeeds, but there is some kind of complication. So that means I'm going to leave it, I think, to Andre to describe the complication, but your character does succeed, which means that all of the things that we've described as Devil's Bargains do come to pass. You do spill something onto Talia, you do find an item that is valuable, this map, and probably maybe something else. But Andre, if you want to give us another complication.
Yes. Give me 1 second.
Sorry, Talia.
All right.
All right, my shirt's already blood colored.
Yeah, it's already.
But now it's like brown and red. It's like a tie-dye.
It also just smells like dirt and lots
You
of
want-
dirt.
You want some gold in there? I could sneeze on you.
I also can throw up some leaves, like decorate.
You're also sparkly.
Do you want some fur? I have some fur. It's like several.
I look like Puck now. That's what I look
You are
like.
Puck. This has Midsummer Night's Dream.
Talia. You are snooping around this guy's house.
Oh wait,
Vesla.
not me.
Oh wait, no,
Vesla.
sorry. Just got super distracted. Vesla, you're snooping around this guy's house, yes? And you've raided several archives before. This is nothing new. You realize some of the more valuable items are at some of the top, like, storage areas. So you manage to find a little step stool, climb your way up, and you have to actually climb onto the shelves themselves in order to get to the highest. And there are some very fine, very old books, like 300-year-old journals that are, these are not reproductions, these are like original notes.
Fucking old is this guy?
They're all in very fine calligraphic, almost like chicken scratch. It seems to be very comprehensive, detailing things about the woods, but it doesn't go for very many pages. But you also notice that in the back of the book, on the opposite cover, there is the beginnings of a pretty topographical looking map. It's not perfect, and obviously there was some sort of fall off where detail starts to get lost and turns into just doodles. But it's a resource. As Vesla, you are
going down, you put your foot on the lowest shelf, and it snaps off and falls directly onto the Unicorn Knight, onto his head.
Still asleep?
He hasn't woken up.
I think we should go.
You think?
Obviously I wasn't earlier. Now, I think we should go.
Let's go.
I mean,
Let's walk out of here.
I'm gonna close the door behind us though, just to make sure that nothing can get in, because this place seems pretty safe. And if like a tree branch came in and like puppet like possessed him and tried to follow me, I'd hate that. So I'm gonna close the door, because I don't fucking want that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Everyone
Can
leaves.
Teddy
Oh, go ahead.
ask Cage? Do you think it's gonna be a problem in the future?
We're not staying here very long. No need to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really opposed to it. But I'm just saying, save your bullets.
Doesn't have to be a bullet.
We got more important things to do. Let's go.
Alright.
As everyone's leaving, Shane, you're the last one out. And you still feel that gaze. You still feel like you're being watched.
Great.
You all are moving forward into the woods, having left the Unicorn Knight basically to fend for himself. And you are walking towards the last place you saw the other pack members, which was a little further back where before you had seen the lights from the Unicorn Knight's temple. And it's very foggy, and you're just trying to like move out of the way. Cage has lit his lighter just to kind of like clear some of the fog out of the way, just to have a little bit more light. And just going out. Wesson, Smith, boys, Howie, hello. And as you all approach, you hear Ollie.
You bitch.
As he is currently being bombarded and taken away by what seems like dozens of imps, and being like taken into a like wormhole. Like Ollie is like being taken out of space.
Hello?
What? I think in character, I don't even know how to react to that. I think just be like, what?
Ollie!
Holy shit!
I run forward with my sword. Ollie!
You hear the dogs.
Oh shit.
I think it's time we run. I'm sorry.
I grab them by the wrist. I grab them by the wrist and say, "We have to go."
It's too late. You hear a band of hounds encircle you all as they all have become these demons, these monstrous looking canines drawn only from the most nightmarish visions. And they are just barking at you. They're not attacking, not like before. They're trained now. And you hear in the distance a figure seems to emerge from the mist. And it looks like a horse. And it has a bright, both glowing feet and something glowing from its head.
Was it stepping out of the wormhole, or is it just like
out of the mist, not the wormhole? The wormhole is like
the wormhole is a different thing.
Ollie has been shoved into the wormhole.
The wormhole's totally different thing with this thing that's over here.
Yes.
This fog nightmare we're dealing with.
Let me send you all a picture of what you see.
Oh yes! Finally!
I love this game.
Yep. Art time! Art time!
Art time! Art time!
Where you putting art?
Let's put this in game.
It's on, right?
Here you go. This is what you see.
Yeah.
What?
What?
It's blurry. Is it blurry for anyone else?
It's blurry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
it's meant to be blurry.
Is it meant to be blurry?
Probably because of the mist.
What the fuck?
Oh, I have. Oh no.
And this equine figure stays put.
Just in case, I don't want to look near its eye area.
Sure.
So just like watching from just either around up to the horn or like down at the rest of the body.
That's not what I thought it was gonna look like.
I don't even know if that's it, but I'm not fucking around.
Okay. All right. Ollie's gone. Ollie's in a wormhole.
Ollie's in a wormhole.
The imps are also in a wormhole.
Yes.
The dogs are surrounding us,
Yes. They are barking at you.
and this thing is here.
Yes.
Didn't that old man talk about the fucking dogs and
Yeah, he was.
the huntsman?
Yeah, he wanted us to stay inside to stay safe from them, but we are smart.
Do we run or do we go back inside?
Run where?
Where? We're surrounded.
Hey, Teddy.
I have a
Remind me what your goal was again?
Reclaiming sense of self after conforming to family normalcy and money.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, the opportunity presents itself.
Hmm. How about,
What's up, Andre? What are you thinking? What are you?
I want to make a devil's bargain with you, but I don't necessarily know that there's a role to go with it.
We could kill it now. We could get it now. It's right there, right? That's it.
I don't think that's the unicorn.
That is not the unicorn.
How the fuck would you know? Have you seen one?
Well, first of all, the old man talked about the dogs with the huntsman.
There's nothing on top of the right.
horse
Is the huntsman just a horse? I don't think so.
You there.
Oh, we're gonna fucking die. I love that.
Step forward.
the figure steps forward.
Oh god.
And you were both very wise and very stupid in this moment. Because you're right. It's not the unicorn. But it is the huntsman.
Oh.
And before you now,
What is it? Ah.
as you see the figure move forward, what looked like just branches from the neighboring trees are actually a gigantic, almost Irish elk-sized set of antlers that are sprouting from this warrior's head. His cloak is a ruined, tattered leopard skin. And his mount is not a unicorn. It is a horse whose mane and tail are set ablaze all the way down to its eyes, which are burning white embers.
I want to buy us some time.
You know what? I'm gonna give you that time because I need to switch over to something.
Talia is gonna see this, the creature stepping forward, and just in a moment of panic, she is going to deep breath in and get into a lowered stance and is going to freeze completely head to toe and is going to use her ritual bind.
Mm-hmm.
Hold a creature in place for as long as you stay motionless, and I am going to use that on the huntsman because I think that it will keep him from making orders, making signals, doing anything. So I gotta roll from a ritual, right?
Oh, Talia, give me a risk roll.
Okay. So if I'm rolling,
Sorry, I'll say in this instance, I believe it's probably a risk roll, not just a straight ruin roll, because you're trying to use your ritual in a way to assist you with holding the huntsman back.
cool. So I think that I have athletics and also surprise, and I think I can use either of those because athletics is like bodily control, I think. And surprise is like, if you're good at surprise, you probably know how to stand still and be quiet and all that shit. So I'm taking a light die for that. I know I get a dark die automatically. Super hoping that this is gonna give us just a couple of seconds.
You are going to roll 2 dark dice. One because you are staring into the face of the huntsman to do this, and 1 for using a ritual, which means that you are rolling 2 dark and 1 light. You might want to take some devil's bargains to try and offset the chance that your dark dice are your highest in this case.
Okay. Does anybody want to give me one?
Oh
I
God,
would
this
like
is a
to give
hot-
you one.
Okay.
Ooh.
I would say that this succeeds, but I don't know. Unless the wormhole's still open, right?
Yep.
Can the wormhole close as a devil's bargain?
Oh.
Bye bye, Ollie.
Bye bye, Ollie.
What a face.
What have you done?
Just
You never have to take the
suggested you
devil's
don't have to
bargain.
take it.
Yeah, I guess.
I also have another one if you don't want to take that one, or if you want
Ooh.
to take another.
I will take as many light die as I can get.
So even if it doesn't succeed, the huntsman is amused at your stance and you're trying to do this. So like maybe he's out of it for a second. But you're absolutely not in the best position, and when you let go of this, you're gonna fall, making you be a little
fall?
delayed. Yeah, you're gonna fall once this is done. Once you're done with the bind, putting a delay on your next action after.
Yeah. I was gonna say I would be like I'm probably at most risk of the dogs
Mhm.
as well. I don't know if I.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that delay, where it's like if you unbind, then you fall.
Okay,
Dogs
I'll
could
take that.
jump. Whatever could happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sort of isolating yourself away from everyone else as you step forward and then putting yourself in a vulnerable position. Okay. That's 3 light dice for your 2 bargains and your skill, and 2 dark dice. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah. I got
Okay.
it in my hand.
Roll up.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah.
On my light die, I rolled a 2 and 2 5s, and on my dark die, I rolled 2 5s.
Talia, what is your current ruin?
3.
Well, with a 5 as your highest, that means that, let's see here, your character will succeed with a complication. So meaning that as you concentrate mastery over your body, something you have always had, something you can trust in, keeping your movements as still as possible, clenching your fists so the veins stand out on your muscled arms. You also see the huntsman, bulging muscles. Freeze. You can feel the strain holding in your breath so your chest doesn't rise and sink. So his chest can't rise and sink, so he can't bellow out an order or whatever he's going to say to tell his hounds to attack. You can feel the heat as some of them step closer to you, and a sick whine and a squelching noise as the wormhole squeezes itself closed. And I have an idea for a condition for you as you take another ruin and the Bloodwood sinks its claws deeper into you. I think as your condition, Talia, you are, as I've said, someone who has intense mastery over their body, a deep awareness. Your body has been changing in many ways as you spent time in the Bloodwood. I think the idea of this condition here is there's a disconnect. You no longer recognize your own face when you see it.
Shit.
When you look at yourself in a reflection or a mirror, or even if you just glance down at your hand too fast, you see yourself as a disordered animal.
Yeah.
Andre, if you want to step back in. One moment. Hi.
Whoops, my
There we
bad.
go.
You are still holding your breath as you realize in this moment that the huntsman doesn't need to breathe. Because the huntsman is dead. You can tell as much by what little of his body you can see. His musculature is worn away, with sinew and bone peeking out. And his face completely obscured in shadow, but only two green lights coming where the eyes are. How long would you say Talia is able to hold her breath?
Well, I don't know if she needs to hold her breath necessarily. She just has to stay motionless.
How long do you think Talia can uphold this ritual?
I think for enough time for people to like do one thing. I think that she's pretty decent at like staying still. She I mean, if you think about like a surprise situation or anything like that, the most that you'll probably have to hold a position for genuinely is like when you're really waiting for someone to come around the corner, probably like at most 30 seconds to a minute and a half maybe. So maybe something like that. But yeah.
For all of you, the huntsman seems to be standing still watching you all, but hasn't moved forward.
We should do something.
The dogs just haven't. They haven't advanced. The dogs haven't advanced. They're just still barking.
Yep.
There seems to be like no way to get through them.
Only way through them is through the huntsman.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Do monsters and or the huntmen specifically invoke rituals in this world, or is it only treasure hunters?
Who's to say? Monsters are feared because people don't know.
Does the huntsman have a spirit?
The huntsman is a
It
spirit.
a spirit?
I will say
Then
that
Has a spirit? I don't know.
Then-
What is the wording that you're looking to use?
I would like to cast my ritual bottle, which forces a spirit into an object.
what object are you trying to force the huntsman into?
Any glass marbles. A signet ring. I also have a bottle of fine wine, so I might empty the wine out or like drink it and then try and force it into the bottle.
I think I would say that and do that.
Can I just take
In a
a
minute.
swig and then tip the rest out and then force it and then cast bottle.
I would say you probably have to get closer in order to do that. Does that sound good, Andre?
Perfect.
Interestingly enough, I would also offer in this case, the huntsman currently can't move. Is sort of bound in place by the power of Talia's body. So you need to time this just right so that Talia's ritual ends, allowing the huntsman to like move into whatever force or object, allowing your ritual to take over. You have to get the timing exactly right on this. Otherwise, it's almost like a contest roll or a contested thing where your rituals might clash.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Teddy's gonna quickly get out this bottle of wine, take a swig, walk forward as they empty out the bottle, and will then, once the bottle's empty, tell Talia to drop it.
Oh man, is anybody else doing anything
No,
in this
you know what?
minute and a
You know
half
what?
that we have?
I'm thinking.
Nobody
Teddy's
wants
gonna
to.
kick
Nobody wants to.
Talia to make her move.
Nobody wants to shoot.
I think in the moments that both the huntsman and Talia are frozen, everyone hears in their minds a deep, bone-rattling voice say to them,
"Are you fools? You mere mortals think you have the ability to tangle with a deity of revenge?"
Yeah.
I run straight towards it as soon as I hear a deity of revenge.
Hold on.
in like an aggressive way?
Uh,
You're gonna give it a
I run up to it with like dagger drawn and out. But as I am, I want to. We hear the voice in our head.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I think back in my own head. Do you bestow revenge? Or do you just seek it?
I can grant those who need the means or drive for revenge.
I have the drive. It's the means I lack.
Then step aside.
And as Shane is like running up, about to attack, I think Shane is going to kind of feign tripping and like kind of fall to the side and pretend, but he's out of the way.
What revenge are you seeking? For whom?
I can never have my revenge. So now, I serve the one I wronged.
Is that the unicorn?
You are all fools for entering the Bloodwood. will die here tonight. Now will you free me so that I may free you in turn?
Can I say something in my head?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks, Huntmaster. I appreciate it. Sorry, the voice is throwing me off. So, in my head, did we all hear the revenge part? Like the one I served
Mm-hmm.
has made it.
And now he's just having 5 separate conversations at the same
He
time.
really is,
This
and that's
one.
okay with me.
You know what? No, I like that. I like that. You didn't
Yeah?
hear that.
Oh,
We love a multitasking king.
We love
fuck,
deity.
dude. Okay.
who can have multiple conversations at once.
But Serenity, or Vesla did hear the first part, right? We all heard that part. Of
Is
saying,
that the unicorn followed? That followed.
The part of I could not get my revenge, so I'm going to kill you all for it. Pretty much that part is the part.
Or the part that's like, I'm a deity of. You think you can go up against a deity of revenge?
Yes,
Oh.
you all heard that part. The part that Shane heard after his question, you did not hear.
Or Archimedes.
Or Archimedes, yes.
What did we do to harm you, or to make you take revenge?
Your souls are rotten.
Thank you.
Fuck.
You live your life in an eternal, sinful, gluttonous, prideful way. And now you have entered my domain, thinking boastfully that you would leave with a prize.
I do not wish to harm. I wish for answers. Would you like to join me, a spirit, using my body as a catalyst to exact revenge?
Step aside.
That wasn't a yes or a no.
If you step aside, I will honor your contract.
Where is aside? I'm in a circle.
We're just like out of his direct line of vision.
Yeah, she's just gonna take a step.
Okay, is now when Teddy kicks me?
I think everybody did a thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy
Yeah.
kicks. Talia falls over. And the huntsman pulls on the reins once he's free. The steed whinnies. The dogs bark. And out of the light, a phantom bow is summoned. And as he pulls back on nothing, a spectral arrow appears. And he takes the first shot.
You're gonna fucking do something, Teddy?
Said that when I kicked that I would cast bottle, but I don't know if the huntsman is doing that before I managed to do that.
And that's where we're ending
'Cause-
today's episode.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
So then, we'll begin next episode with your risk roll to see if you can change.
Oh
the
Okay.
outcome of the
my
first shot.
god.
Yeah. Because if you
I-
succeed, maybe it
Well-
doesn't get to take the shot. If you fail,
Well, the bow's been fired.
Is the arrow
The
going
bow
straight
has
for
been
Talia?
fired. The arrow's in the air.
Who's the
So-
enemy?
We'll
Who's
determine
the
that
enemy?
next episode.
Oh fuck!
Who's he aiming at?
Oh shit!
Hmm.
Who is the huntsman aiming at? Is it our fellow companions? Tune in
Find
next
out.
time.
Same
Next week.
unicorn
on
time.
Circle.
Same unicorn channel.
I'm
we got some announcements right before we leave off.
So first of all, next episode will be on March 24th, so in 3 weeks. Alex,
Very
did you
sad.
have other news?
I just wanted to run through a general shout out at the end, or you can definitely run through our little. Go for it.
Thank you to Soundtail for providing the music for today.
Unveil.
Also, thank you to VoiceMod for letting me do.
This is great. I love doing this. But very
Trophy
fun.
Meta Body, is that you?
And check out Trophy. It fucking rocks.
Very good.
Am I forgetting anything?
I have a few more things to say. Big once again, yeah. Huge shout out to Trophy RPG. You should go check out @Trophy RPG on Twitter. They also have a Discord, which is amazing, and a big shout out to one of the creators of Trophy, who is kickstarting soon. Brindlewood Bay, or not kickstarting, is launching a crowdfunding campaign for Brindlewood Bay, which helps support the creator of Trophy, who has done like so much of Trophy out of his own pocket. So definitely go support Jason Cordova and Brindlewood Bay on Backer Kit if you go check it out and look it up. I also want to remind you guys that you can watch past episodes of Total Party Kiss streams on our YouTube channel. YouTube, just look up Total Party Kiss and you'll find us. Unicorn Hunt episodes, as well as Tragedy of Theologian and Strange Hungers. And also remind you to go follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you don't already, to stay tuned for updates about the content that we're putting on. And also come watch this weekend. Strange Hungers is live on Saturday at noon EST, and Tragedy is live back at 8:30 p.m. EST with me DMing Strange Hungers and our incredible Serenity DMing Tragedy. So excited to be back after our dark week. Yeah. That's it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching.
Wait, what?
Thanks for watching.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. We will catch you in a few weeks. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Good night.